Good morning, Mario, and good morning, Switch fans. Hope you guys are having an amazing start to your week. We got a jam-packed episode for number 66, Order 66. And in fact, Lucasfilm Games is putting some of their ports on Nintendo Switch. June 29th, we're getting Zombies 8, My Neighbors, and Ghoul Patrol. So if you're interested in classics, those are coming. But we got a lot of other interesting things to discuss today as well, including a new Build-A-Bear Animal Crossing instance. Basically, they think it's time for the winter update. And we've got the best game ever coming to Nintendo Switch, and Apple rumored to be making a competitor, a hybrid handheld console made by the big That's what I call Apple in my house, because like they got like the bite out of it, and I like fruit. Anyhow, hope you guys are all doing well. Make sure to smash that like button. Let me know in the comments down below how you're feeling about all this stuff. Let's kick it off with the AC news, which is that, hey, Build-A-Bear and Animal Crossing have this partnership, and they now have added new ones. Now, it's a little bit of a bummer because you can't currently go into Build-A-Bear and build the bear. You just order it, and they're pretty expensive at $51, and now they have winter gear. So now you can get the Winter Isabelle, the Winter Tom Nook. They still have not done what everybody's asked for, which is expand the roster of characters. I mean, this game is so cute and cuddly, so fuzzy and furry, it's ripe and perfect for an entire line, especially since you're taking away the whole fun process. At least give us fun faces, but no. They're not even giving you the option to buy these clothes new. You have to spend 51 bucks on a brand new Build-A-Bear, which is still Tom Nook or still Isabelle, but now in winter wear, which is very odd. It's not winter. It's not anywhere close to winter. It's about to be summer, so maybe this is a southern hemisphere type thing, which if it is, I kind of give them mad props. Like, I don't really like how Build-A-Bear has done this, making it so basic when they had so many options for like Tangy, Stitches, even Raymond would have been cool. They're rumored to be adding KK, but hey, for now you can get Winter Isabelle and Tom Nook, which basically I think is only relevant if you are a very snow-loving type person or if you're Southern Hemisphere. But those are available now, and they seem to be restocking the summer variants as well. It's a lot easier to get them. Hopefully you didn't pay exorbitant prices on eBay. And yeah, 51 bucks for a bear that you can't build. It's a bit sad, but it's still kind of cute. While we all wait for E3, and, Nintendo announced their plans. Sorry, I just choked in my teeth. Run the replay. God! Man. Woo! While we all wait for Nintendo to announce their E3 plans, which is supposed to be happening any day now, some have surmised that maybe it'll be later, since it's an online-only event, digital-only. There's no need to alert the masses to get down to the LA Convention Center. You just need to bookmark a day, on Twitch or YouTube. So maybe they won't announce it for a few weeks yet. But nonetheless, as I told you at the top, the best Switch game ever was just announced, coming May 12th for $11. Calculator, 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 that hip, fun, amazing game you used to play back in middle school, flipping it upside down and spelling inappropriate words. The game where you got so excited you had this calculator with a screen, it was basically using your Game Boy in class, is now coming to your Switch. Move over Celeste, slide out the way new Pokemon Snap, don't even dare Mario Golf Super Rush. It's time for Calculator. And it's expensive, because this thing that you couldn't possibly get on your phone or computer or virtually any other electronic device you have for free is charging 11 bucks on Switch. Brilliant? I think so. Genius? That's going a little bit far, but this is just, man, people get pissed off about mobile ports charging more or the Switch tax on some older games from third parties. This takes the cake. Calculator for $11. If this appeals to you, I'm worried for you. But it comes out on May the 12th, so get your butts ready. I'd like to make a quick personal aside to say that I'm having more fun with video games in my personal time than I have in years, and it is such a heartwarming, beautiful feeling. There is one rough spot about being a YouTube gaming creator, and that is that it inevitably changes your relationship with video games. Your favorite hobby just became your job, and at some level, it'll never be the same. But thanks to Returnal, Resident Evil Village, and new Pokemon Snap, I have found a glimmer, not even a glimmer, a full-on fireworks show of fun, so just wanted to throw that in there. But let's talk about Apple. What the heck is going on? A Switch competitor, and this was super interesting to me because I was just thinking last night as I lay in bed, trying not to spill tea, that why is there nothing competing with Switch? Like, it's quite remarkable that Nintendo has this incredibly amazing, successful, super fun platform that houses two pillars, right? Handheld and home console. And they used to have competition via Sony, and now they don't have any competition, right? Nintendo has kind of owned the handheld space for ages. Yes, PSP was pretty successful at some point in time, but Nintendo, from Game Boy to Switch, has just owned that space, and nobody's really challenged them that severely. Mobile devices do challenge them in terms of, game time and in terms of distraction time, but nothing in the way of like tried and true big games, tentpole releases. Switch is just like in its own lane. And then I wake up and I see this rumor that say that Apple is working on a new system on a chip that is not part of their A or M series. Supposedly it features enhanced GPU performance, ray tracing support, and supposedly they're in dealings with Ubisoft to get their games on this platform. Now this sounds incredibly interesting, and frankly, I think it would be freaking cool to have a competitor, because when there's a competitor, it only ups the ante, and it would push Nintendo to be even more creative, even more awesome, and release even more games. But I want to pause this because, as we see, there really aren't any competitors to Nintendo Switch, but Apple kind of has their own. It's adjacent, it's not a direct competitor, but the iPad and the iPhone is a great place to play certain titles. Apple Arcade is something that's, I still contest, pretty darn cool. For $5 a month, you get access to a ton of very high quality games, but it never really has made the full leap. And by that I mean, like, it just doesn't hold a candle to Nintendo Switch. Over here I can play Mario 3D World, Pokemon Snap, and Breath of the Wild. And on the other end of the coin, I can play Grindstone, which is good. I can play Candy Crush, which is casual. And sometimes they do try to port games over with, the screen controls, the touch controls. It just really isn't the same. But a dedicated console would kind of be the culmination of Apple's efforts. But the other part of this is that it doesn't make a lot of sense, and this rumor does not have a direct source. So TechRadar posted an article saying they don't believe this to be true at all because there's not a whole lot backing it. And based on Apple's moves and what they've said, it doesn't seem like this would really be something they would want to do. They're going to continue to support the iPad and the iPhone and try to create this ecosystem where all of their games run on everything, and it's also a part of an already existing device that has a bunch of different functionality. So you don't need to go buy a dedicated Apple gaming console, because what does that make the iPhone or the iPad? What does that say about the games and Apple Arcade and all of that? And I'm so excited that we are 4 weeks away from the biggest gaming week of the year, and I have full faith that Nintendo is going to blow us away. They don't even need a competitor to kick them into gear. Second half 2020 is going to be so freaking hot. Now, Zach was a smart cookie and remembered the poll. I actually set an alarm on my phone so I can remember these for every episode. So 7 p.m. Eastern is when the polls are going to go up. Finally, getting some scheduling in my life. It's a good thing. I asked you guys, one has to go. Wario, Diddy Kong, Kirby, and Samus. This is very scary. This is very sad. It's like Hunger Games of the second fiddles. Maybe even the third fiddles. Although Kirby and Samus are stars of their own IP, Diddy Kong is kind of a brother, and Wario is kind of a psychopath. Y'all seem to not be a fan of the big mustachioed, heavy-set hero. Wario got 39% of the vote. Now, I don't know if this is in relation to Elon Musk dressing up as Wario, so maybe he was putting bad Wario vibes out there. Right when I asked this question, I promise they were not related in any way. But 39% of you wanted to kick Mr. Yellow and Zigzag. 29% were willing to dump Diddy Kong, which is a bummer. I really hope we get that new Donkey Kong game. Stop ruining the ape's life. And 22% of you were willing to dump Samus. We're probably getting a Metroid game this year, so that's also a bit depressing. And Metroid Prime 4 could be one of the coolest games Nintendo has ever made, if it gets made, which it will. It's just taking a long time. 10% of you said Kirby, which is my pick. The Kirby love. Is it because he's cute? Is it because he's cuddly? Is it because you can stick your head in him like a pillow? Is it because he sucks? I don't know. Is it because he's a Smash Bros. Favorite? I'm not quite sure, but Kirby survives the day, and Wario's got to go, which is a bummer for sure, but he's back at it with that cowboy hat and that sassy golf attitude this summer. Cannot wait. Supposedly there's going to be some paid content in Mario Golf, which I hope is like a bunch of new courses or fun stuff like that. It could be very cool. I am expecting a new Mario Golf trailer very soon, so stay tuned for that, and stay tuned for another episode of Good Morning Mario. I love you guys so much. I appreciate all your support. Make sure to smash that like button. Let me know your take in the comments down below, and we're gonna work to get these up earlier in the morning. The poll is regularly at 7, so getting on a good track here as we approach episode 70. Thanks for making it possible. Thanks for being awesome. I love you guys a lot. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, stay positive out there. Until next time, SwitchForce out.